It's Nolan.
Now, before we get started, make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure y'all sharing it on your respective platforms. Let somebody know what we're doing today. Now, let's get into the show.
Yeah, money get murdered, that's all the young niggas worship. Rent due on the first, so they mama can't make a purchase. Battered and bruised, pops drink liquor, copping the attitude. Stuck in perpetual struggle, life with no gratitude. The first lesson, Jesus, obsessed with seasons. The pastor told me to check Ephesians. Accept the readers from niggas that's probably living more foul than conditions I'm from. Bible said my flesh is a curse, so what's the outcome? Running with my homies, half stepping on my dean. Couple feet away from niggas sipping lean, try and keep it clean. I'm in the kitchen flipping quesadillas on a skillet. I taught myself life lessons, it ain't take a village. History showed us how they rape and pillage. Mystery shows, television killers. I'm hearing stories of people losing their homes, taking loans, cause they work for the government. Shit is wrong, let their faces be known. Niggas spying with drones, thugs spraying they chrome, the clan rocking they hoods. Nobody tapping they phones, I'm tired of cold cases. Young kids, early ages, whole culture, co-signing rapists. Shit is outrageous, got me closing the pages in my browser like we raising cowards. The more we fall into the system, we just wasting power. So many people place value in what you make per hour. Feel like I'm preaching to the choir, should I sing it louder? These niggas got us twisted, falling in mischief. I heard the streets calling, I make my numbers unlisted. Tired of dwelling on wishing, I'm falling into submission, of signing petitions. We're losing a war of attrition.
What's going on, beautiful people? It's the kid J Nolan here. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Industry, your number one source for music, entertainment, commentary, and breakdowns. Hope everybody's doing well out there this Wednesday afternoon, going into the evening. As much as I have tried to avoid prolonging and keeping this subject out there, man, this whole Adin Ross, Glasses Malone thing has taken shape in a way that I was hoping it wouldn't. Because, of course, first, the reactors and the YouTube media, such as myself and others, we took hold of this and we said what we needed to say. And of course, it galvanized people. It got people talking. It got people having, the necessary conversations about people such as Adin Ross and the place that he's so-called been able to occupy within black culture, whether he gets it through third parties or what have you. The fact that he even feels comfortable enough to have an opinion about hip hop or about someone such as Doechii, a black woman who dedicated her life to her craft, to her actual talent. But this guy could come out, call her a whore, a bitch, untalented, and all of the above, stinky, smelly, all this bullshit, and feel like he is in a safe zone because he has black men that are willing to come out and put their neck on the line to protect him, because in many instances, these black men have the opportunity of utilizing their connections within black culture to say, nah, it ain't like that. He ain't really like that, man. He might have said that, but he ain't really mean it like that. Right? The DJ that don't spin, Whack 100. Not to mention, as Adin has been going through all of these public, I wouldn't even say tribulations, because to him it's all fun and games. He's had numerous black people surrounding him while he continues to stream, while he continues to antagonize, while he continues to threaten, while he continues to double, triple, and quadruple down on his stances. He has other black men in his circumference that aid and abet his efforts, but for some reason, people seem to be willfully obtuse when I say that they should be held to the same standard. For whatever reason, when I said that Glasses Malone should go harder on the DJ that don't spin, people took it the wrong way. But this is exactly what I was talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's not an indictment on Glasses. It's not a counter to go against him. It's just the fact that he gave homie the easy out instead of saying, no, do not stand up for him. Do not stand in his way, right? I don't want to have to force my hand on you, but you gonna make me, right? At least give him the necessary pushback to say, dude, get out the way. Even if you fuck with him, get out the way. Because you're going to have to go down with him. Because that's inevitably how this shit works. right? And I'm not calling for violence. I'm not calling for anything unnecessary. I'm just saying, at bare minimum, call niggas on their shit. And somehow people, because of course Glasses is the one sticking his neck out. Glasses is the one standing on his affiliations, his coastal connections and everything. People are like, no, you can't go against that. And I'm not. But I am saying perhaps the script should be revised a little bit. Right? And I don't mean script as in fake. I just mean the script as in the dialogue. Okay? So now we have Lathan and Rachel Lindsay, who are much closer to mainstream media, right? He has the TMZ background. She comes from The Bachelorette or some shit. Super white show, super mainstream television show. They come together, they do this show, and now they're covering these topics that we've already spoken at ad nauseum. But then they end up getting into a heated debate on their own show where Lathan starts to feel some type of way as Rachel Lindsay does the necessary work of calling out the abundance, or I won't even say the abundance, but the token black niggas that are surrounding Adin Ross and aiding and abetting him in his efforts and softening the blow, because they got enough sellout ass niggas that tune into them and are entertained by this and don't give a fuck about none of these cultural conversations, right? So at bare minimum, she's saying they need to be charged to the game as well. Lathan then takes it personal and decides to start cutting her off in their conversation, starts trying to make this a black man versus black woman situation. He flips the script and says, well, if this were about black women, y'all wouldn't be holding nobody accountable. And then the conversation devolves into an emotional problem rather than a practical problem. Because I don't feel like this shit really needs a lot of emotion. You can be passionate, but when it starts getting into the emotional situation where you're now confusing yourself or conflating yourself with others that need to be called to the fire, it almost makes it seem as if people are saying something that personally convicts your spirit because of something going on with you, right? So let me go ahead and pull up this clip, and it's a long one, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, of them going back and forth on this podcast. And this is the cultural disarray. This is the civil unrest that has come on the heels of this, because some people just can't seem to get over the fact that it's not just Adin Ross. Yes, Adin Ross is the target. However, there are people out there that are trying to barricade and protect him from being the target, that are skin folk trying to masquerade as kinfolk, and others that are allowing it to happen. Fuck them niggas. And I'm going to be extremely candid about this shit, because I don't care to keep talking about this, but apparently this is the only conversation that people really want to have right now. This is the only subject matter that people really want to speak about. You know, I try to divert the attention. I try to talk about other things. Y'all didn't tune into that. This is what wets everybody's whistle. All right. So if we're going to talk about it, then let's be real about the situation top to bottom. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's not sugarcoat this shit. Let's make niggas uncomfortable. Fuck it. So here we go. Higher learning, y'all. Lathan, Rachel Lindsay.
That you have obviously should be for the Adin Rosses and the Neons and what other streamers have built up their audience by degrading the black community and particularly black women. All that energy should be for them, but that's equal energy for all the people who have empowered and supported and uplifted the Adin Rosses that have allowed them to feel comfortable enough to insert themselves in our culture.
Facts.
In order to justify degrading a woman, and then know that a black man is going to have his back by shitting on another black man and then saying, I'll go ahead and call the other one on your behalf. And that's whack 100. So when you throwing in the Young Thugs and the Kodak Blacks and the Drakes or the athletes like an Antonio Brown who are sitting next to Adin Ross while he continues to shit on black people, and okay it and normalize it. Adin Ross doesn't feel like this because he's white. Adin Ross feels like this because he has the support. Maybe there's some black women, I haven't seen it, but particularly from black men in order to do this. I'm sorry. I just gave you a list. I'm sorry. And I'm going to make this particular, and I'm going to go back to WAC 100, which is what I was saying. Mm-hmm. What of a part of this that is missing? When Adin Ross has continuously degraded black women. Cardi, Doechii, Meg, the list goes on and on and on. You in the clip that was just played, he called Doechii smelly. He took back fat. He called her dumb. He called her a bitch. All of these things, right? And this isn't a one-off. He continuously does this. He does this in this clip. He does it while he's sitting next to a black man. Doechii comes out with a song, never calls Adin Ross by name. She just references being called an industry plant. He takes that as, oh, she's directly talking about me, because as in that clip, he calls her a bot, and he's saying that she's an industry plant. There's no way she's not successful, that she was able to get the accolades that she has, and the followers, and the money, and the attention, and all of that. So he thinks, oh, she must be talking about me. So he comes out with this diss song. What happens? Glasses Malone, as he should, is like, shut the fuck up and let me tell you why, and don't ever talk this way again. And if you do, I promise it's going to be exactly how he says in that clip. Adin Ross calls WAC 100 somebody of the culture and says, hey, man, this guy Glasses, who WAC 100 then explains who Glasses is. This guy Glasses and Trap are talking about me. I need you to have my back. WAC 100 is like, don't fucking pay attention to Trap. He ain't nobody. Okay, so Adin Ross is laughing at him. So now I don't know anything about Trap, but he's shitting on this black man and then allowing Adin Ross to do the same thing, which he does when he gets off the phone with WAC 100, and then he allows his audience to do it. So again, he is normalizing the behavior to belittle the black community, black men, black women, then says, oh, Glasses is family. I'll go ahead and talk to him. In no way in that conversation does WAC 100 hold Adin Ross accountable for how he's talked about Doechii. He doesn't even ask, hey, why does Glasses have a problem with you? What's the deal? In no way he takes the word of Adin over everybody else. Of course, Adin feels like he can do all the things that he's done. Of course, he feels like he can insert himself to the culture because the culture continues to back him up. And so if we're going to have this energy for Adin, we got to have this energy for everybody who continues to answer his phone calls and have his back, for everybody who's going to sit next to him in a stream. Everybody can get it because the Adin Rosses are created by the support of the people in the culture who allow him to do this. Sorry, it's the truth and you know it. So whether it's a black man, a black woman, anybody who allows this to happen we should all be getting the same energy.
If it was a black woman, we wouldn't be talking about it like this. We'd be finding ways to excuse it.
Well,
he immediately just contradicted everything she just said, even though at the end cap of her statement, she said, whether it be a black man or a black woman, they all deserve to get the same treatment. And soon as she wraps up, he jumps in and says, well, if it was a black woman, we wouldn't be having this conversation. Because, of course, the stale conversation is that black women don't hold other black women accountable. I don't know how much time y'all actually spend on the motherfucking internet, but there's a lot of black women out here who make it their business to try to humble other black women. It may not be the most popular thing, but it's definitely prevalent. But let's continue.
Well, then fuck everything else I just said.
Yeah, I'm not saying fuck everything you're saying. What I'm saying is this. Number one,
that's not the point.
I'm not making that the point. In this situation right here, the point that's being made right here is how fucked up the black men are. I did not glaze over that. But in this situation, it is a black man that is standing up for black women. It is. It is a black man that is standing up for black women.
It's a black man that's standing up for black women. That would be Glasses Malone. Applaud him for that. However, there's multiple black men also standing up for Adin Ross and continuing to aid him in this time when he's being held to the fire, when he's being called for his bullshit. There's other black men that are going the other way. So yes, it's not just a applaud this black man for standing up for a black woman, because the conversation is much more nuanced than that. Like, I don't understand why niggas feel like it's so hard to say some of the black niggas that are in our community are the weakest link. They the fucking weakest link. Goodbye. That's not a blanket statement about all. It's not a blanket statement about most. But there is a minority within the culture that are complete sellouts. And when they show themselves and prove themselves to be such, they should be called out as such. It is not a complicated concept. It's not a black man versus black woman conversation. It's a, why are y'all standing up for this motherfucker? Let him fry, unless you want to get in the motherfucking fire with his ass. And if you want to get in there, we gonna close that motherfucker behind your ass like we making a goddamn wood fire pizza. Fuck you niggas.
Women, it is a black man, and I will say a black man that a lot of other times we ain't got no use for, not pure enough for us, not perfect enough for us, don't work for us, got too many bad opinions. But when you need somebody to go in somebody's mouth over something, that's the type of nigga you gonna call. That's the kind of guy that's gonna do that, right? Because a lot of your other suit wearing guys not gonna do that. There's a black man that's standing up for a black woman. We are having this conversation because a black man said enough. Now, if we want to have another conversation where we talk about all of the insufficiencies and the weaknesses that exist in black men, that is completely okay. I was not going to discuss that.
Ain't nobody here talking about all of the weaknesses and inadequacies of black men. We're talking about the few niggas who are coming to his defense. Why are you? We want to have another. No, nobody's here to turn this into a all the problems of black men conversation. Nobody wants to have that fucking conversation because every culture has problems. White, black, Hispanic, Indian, native, indigenous tribe. It don't fucking matter. There's people who are down for the cause, and there's people that are fucking weak links in every community. And in every community, they should be condemned. I'm starting to sound like fucking Samuel L. Jackson, ain't I? I'm sick and tired of these fucking snakes on this plane.
That without talking about the fact that part of the reason why Adin Ross feels so comfortable doing that is because it's been codified by some black man. You can't have a conversation without talking about that. But right now, to me, the conversation with Wack, that didn't even work. It's like there are a lot of ways and places that you could criticize Wack. In this situation, Wack picked up the phone. I talked to Glasses. It didn't even go that way. That's not even what happened. Glasses and Wack had a conversation. Wack wasn't even on it like that. I have no connection to Wack. Don't know Wack like that at all. No, in no way, shape, or form. Like, in no way, shape, or form. In no way. I'm not about to defend nobody that I'm not defending him in any type of way. I'm not defending any of the guys that are alongside Adin Ross. If we want to have a conversation about black men and about the way we treat black women, like I said before, I'm here for it. The conversation right now is about this white boy that called this woman a smelly bitch.
You can't talk.
And to me, what we end up doing in perpetuity, and I gotta be honest with the audience, man. I have to be honest with you guys. In the past, I haven't. I'm sick and fucking tired of being a cultural whipping boy.
What?
This nigga tripping. I'm glad you finally came out and was honest. I'm glad that I can finally come out and be honest with y'all. I'm a 50-year-old man who's been in fucking public eye doing content, whether it be for TMZ or independently, for 20 years. But I finally get to be honest with y'all. I'm tired of being the cultural whipping post. Who the fuck beat up on you, Van Lathan? We only know who you are because you were upholded by white folks. You know what I'm saying? And that's not to strip you of your culture, because I know you come from a black cultural area. You know what I'm saying? You're a black man in America. I know you go through a lot of the same shit But let's be fucking clear, man. Ain't nobody coming down on you. Ain't nobody making you a whipping post. It's these other niggas. And this is the problem. Every time somebody gotta have their moment to be called to the square, it's always somebody who wants to jump in and come on guys, let's do this another time. Come on guys, we're just it's too much going on. We gotta calm it down. No, nigga, get out the fucking way. Get out the fucking way. Because if the roles were reversed and this was some other shit going on, the nigga that gotta face that shit is gonna get burnt. And them white folks ain't gonna jump in for you, him, as in glasses. They're not gonna jump in for fucking the DJ that don't spin. They're not gonna jump in for Whack 100. They're gonna let that motherfucker fry. But for whatever reason, I don't know how God created us as black folks, but we just have this everlasting forgiveness in our hearts where we're willing to sacrifice ourselves at the behest of some other clown ass motherfucker who really deserve the curb stomps that we've been receiving for fucking generations. It makes no sense. And now you want to make it seem like niggas are personally beating up on you as a black man because we got to call out some other suckers who shouldn't even be amongst us. Fucking sad work.
Single fucking time. I'm
Why
over that.
on earth would you put yourself in the same? I am talking about a particular.
Black man,
no,
and
but you're not all the same. You're not all the same.
In this situation right here, it is a black man that is coming to the defense.
Two things can be true. Glasses. Two things can be true. Two things can be true. Glasses is not. I literally just up glasses. I literally just said every single word he said. Both things can be true.
Love, you spent a lot more time talking about the black man that was responsible
you have to talk about why Aiden. Why you have to talk about why is Glasses talking about this? Who is Glasses talking about? Why is he talking about this person? Why does this person like this? The fact that you are even putting yourself in a bucket. I'm not generalizing black men. I'm talking about a particular type of black man. Right. You have to be able to separate it. If you were talking about a particular type, I'm not saying y'all are all.
Say it. Finish the sentence.
If you were talking about a particular type of black woman, I wouldn't necessarily. I don't think that I'm like that. The fact that you're turning this into a black man, black woman thing, you can't talk about Adin Ross without talking about that he has been empowered by a particular group of black men. That ain't you. That's not Glasses. That's why Glasses stood on business and talked about it in this way.
I appreciate that. Give me the specific type of black woman that I could talk about.
I don't know. I got to sit and think about an example of how I wouldn't be.
Because that's not true.
Okay, Van, I don't want to turn it into this. For a second, because I'm just going to let you talk.
Because that's not true. What you just said, give me the specific type of black woman that I can hold up to criticism and say black woman.
Okay.
Give me the specific type of black woman.
Okay, well, we talked about on this podcast. I'm not a black woman who's going to glorify whiteness. There are black women who do that. And if you said that, I wouldn't say you're talking about me. Because I know that's not me.
But you know what though? I wouldn't do that. So the reality,
you wouldn't talk about. You wouldn't be. We would.
What? Don't nobody give a fuck what you would or wouldn't do. Nobody was talking about you to begin with, homie. Why are you making this about you? Let's use it, folks.
Be having a topic, and you wouldn't say that there are black women who do this. We literally kind of had.
Hold on. Wait a second. If I'm talking about a black woman that holds up whiteness, I'm saying Candace Owens, and I'm saying only Candace Owens, right? Let me finish this. I'm saying, and I apologize to the listeners for cutting Rachel off. If I'm talking about a black woman that...
That's dumb, okay? Candace Owens does not exist in a vacuum or a silo or her own individual planet. Like, love, hate, however you feel about Candace Owens is not really important to me in this moment. But there's a lot of black people out here that hate her. I'm not particularly fond of her myself, right? But for every Candace Owens, for every Omarosa, for every whoever you want to choose, for every Whack 100, for every DJ that don't spin, there are groups of people within the community, whether they are silent or otherwise, that they're the mouthpiece for. They represent them. They feel the same way. They just don't have the platform, right? So if you were to group, you don't just say, oh, all black women. But if you say, man, there's some black women out here that's really going hard for XYZ, that's really going hard for Trump, really going hard for Vance, really going hard for this Turning Point USA, Nicki Minaj, you're going to say, fuck you and the other ones out there just like you. Fuck Pusha T and anybody that love him. Y'all know I love Pusha T, but that's the Lil Wayne lyric and it comes to mind. You know what I mean? But being willfully obtuse at a time like now, especially in this new year, I don't like that shit, man.
Oppose whiteness. I'm saying Candace Owens, and I'm talking about Candace Owens. I'm saying Sage Steele, and I'm talking about Sage Steele. I'm saying Dashiki Lady, and I'm talking about her, and I'm being specific in my criticism about her. And I'm not gonna say, hey, we need to talk about these black women that go around because if I wanted to talk about it, Omarosa, Diamond and Silk, like whoever, a litany of them.
You would name them.
Like a litany of them. I'm gonna name them. I'm gonna talk about them. I am not going to connect any of what they got going on to being black ladies, because the moment that you do that, the conversation is going to fall apart. Now, let me say this.
I totally listed off black men, but keep going.
Let me say this.
Facts.
What do I understand that there is a difference here? That there is a difference when having this conversation in the frustration that black women feel with black men. I do. I completely understand.
This conversation is not about the frustration that black women have for black men. You literally made the conversation that. She's just saying something needs to be said about these fucking savior complex ass niggas, Django Unchained Steven ass niggas. You know what I'm saying? House niggas, if you will, that are willing to go against their own for the sake of proximity to whiteness, or this white boy here, he helps me get paid, he gives me notoriety, he helps me get more views. You know, he's somebody who I can cash in on every now and then. So because of that, I'm not willing to let this person take their hit. I'm not saying you got to jump out and that's the thing, right? You don't have to defend him, and you also don't have to condemn him. You know what I'm saying? You could privately fuck with the nigga, but it's like, hey, you got to go through what you got to go through, homie. I'm not getting in that motherfucking ring. I'm not getting choke slammed for you. Because again, when the shoe hits the other side, he's not going to do it, right? When Glasses Malone said, I'm going to start pressing all the niggas around you, Adin Ross in particular said, okay, so what? Because he don't give a fuck about them. He understands that they are a means to an end for him, in that they give him extra cultural cachet, right? But if today every black person that tunes into his stream decides we not fucking with him, he also knows that he can go back to his own culture and get even more support from being anti-black. You know what? These black niggas ain't supporting me no more. It's fuck all you niggas. And he gonna get even more support from his own that silently feel that way. But they also like to keep proximity to us. They also like to consume our music, consume our entertainment, dress like us, walk like us, talk like us, act like us. And then they can code switch when they mama come home. They can code switch when they get pulled over on the highway. They can code switch when they check in the motherfucking school. They don't really fuck with us. They like what we do. They're enamored by it. They want a piece of it. But when push come to shove, a lot of these motherfuckers, by the time they hit 30, they go off and become cookie cutter white boys in their community, date the women that are in their pool, on their level. Some of them go astray. And then they marry within their own and do what the fuck they been knew they was gonna do.
Understand it. I do. You didn't say rappers. You didn't say streamers. You said the other black men. And guess what? I did too.
I said Young Thug. I said Kodak. I said Antonio Brown.
But
I said Drake. I said the black man sitting next to him.
I know, but like this conversation, and we can run it back or look at it or whatever. We have to talk about the black man. We always have to talk about the black man. Even in this situation where a black man is the hero of the story. It's important to understand that the main takeaway is that black men are responsible for this. And look,
the black man is the hero of the story. Unfortunately, the other black men decided they wanted to be on the role of the antagonist. There's Batman, there's the Joker, and then there's the faceless henchmen that work for the Joker. You think Batman finna spare the faceless henchmen? Nope. Batman don't kill motherfuckers, but he gonna kick the shit out your ass. He gonna make your ass wish you wasn't there. And they gonna get the same treatment.
I'm sorry. I apologize to the audience. I do. I culturally think with a collectivist mindset. I shouldn't. Culturally, I think with a collectivist mindset. I think if you say something and then you say black women, I go, wait a minute. If you say something and you say black fathers, I go, wait a minute. The only time that wait a minute is improper is when you're talking about black men. And then I'm just supposed to go, as much as I've done it and as much as we all have to do it, we have to take stock. I'm supposed to go, yeah, they're not talking about me. It's hard to do. I apologize to the audience. I apologize to Rachel. I don't mean to be overbearing. It's hard. It's hard to do, especially in this situation right here. I've acquiesced to that. I understand the criticism, but like the black man is the hero of the story. If you call this being a hero,
none of this was about coming down on black men, right? The problem is the black men, the others, decided we willing to put our neck out for this guy. So their head get cut off. Join the guillotine with him. It's the way it goes. And because they're a symptom of a bigger problem and there's so many others like them, the ones that are in my comment section, the ones that are in my Twitter mentions when these videos come out and so-called black men, you know, they got black photos, probably white boys, probably Indian men who knows who the fuck they really are. Some of them really do be black and be like, Adin Ross don't even need you motherfuckers. I guess he don't, long as he got motherfuckers like you, because I ain't never tuned into him a day in my motherfucking life outside of viral clips. And most of the viral clips been on some bullshit. But since y'all ain't gonna do the duty of calling him out on his shit, it leaves us, because y'all brought him here anyway. I ain't never invited that nigga. I ain't never sat down and said, oh man, Adin Ross did good work today. I ain't never said, man, you know who you should tune into? Adin Ross, man. He be on that shit, boy. He be talking some real ass shit, man. Not I. But since y'all brought him to the cookout because y'all had whatever agendas y'all had, or y'all thought he was funny or edgy, now we got to deal with the scum that y'all brought into our backyard. Y'all decided to bring that motherfucking possum in the house. Don't get mad at us for cleaning up. You brought a motherfucking possum in the house. A rabid one. And you got to get your ass punished too, because what the fuck did you do that for? Now, with all that being said, and word on the street is that Adin Ross has lost a big deal with some type of NBA player or somebody associated with the NBA. Somebody from a PR team called him and backed out of a lucrative deal that he was supposed to have. Now he's saying, you know, I'm not going to go so hard on people. I'm going to chill out a little bit. Now we got Whack 100 coming out and claiming that Adin Ross is going to donate $100,000 to black businesses after the Doechii beef. You see how this works? Because now those very black men that Van Lathan doesn't want to call to the fire, They now find out or figure out a crisis management tactic. Okay, put some money up, man. $100,000. That ain't gonna fucking matter. Write it off on your taxes at the end of the year. 100,000 to black businesses. Philanthropy. That'll do it, man. No, it ain't. Now, the black businesses that received the 100,000, they may be thankful for it. They may not even know where the fuck it come from, for real, for real. But at the end of the day, that's not going to change nothing. It ain't going to change what you did. It ain't going to change who you are. And it's not going to change who you continue to be moving forward. Because this ain't the first time. Last year, he lost deals for talking shit about Doechii. And what did he do? He ended the year talking shit about Doechii. So no, pardon me if I'm not convinced.
You squashed the situation with Adin Ross and TDE a little bit.
Well,
you kind of had to step in. A lot of people are talking about this.
I got a call from up top. Top Dog called me. So once Top Dog called me,
serious, yeah.
Yeah, once Top Dog called me because he knew I had some type of relationship with Adin one way or another. So when he called me, I just texted Adin. I said, bro, I got a call from up top. Respectfully, let's ease up off of her. He said, okay, no problem. That was it. Now here goes the thing. There's where the clout chasing kicks in at. Adin ain't said shit since that day. Been for 5 days.
That's a lie.
All the talk is still from the soul.
That's a lie. That is a lie, and the truth don't exist within you. That nigga ain't went a day since this shit popped off where he ain't talked about it. He done been all around the world and I can't even really say that shit comfortably no more, but you know, that shit existed before Diddy. Talking about this shit. He done streamed it. He done said he wanted to pull up on Joe Budden. I got the force with me. Anybody want to try me while I'm moving about? Your head gonna get one tapped. I'm thinking of upgrading to my side, which I didn't even know what the fuck that shit meant. Honestly, I had to look into it. So that's basically getting Jewish intel behind him. Secret Service for Jews to come to his aid and investigate and look into, people planning crimes against Jewish people for like a targeted attack. You know what I'm saying? Not because of who he is, but because of his standing in the Jewish community, which nobody attacked him for being Jewish. But that also shows his character. So for Wack to come out here and be disingenuous and say, oh, he ain't talked about it since, he done jumped in, he done had conversations with the DJ that don't spin. He done been all from goddamn Florida to Jersey with the Cuffham nigga. I don't even know who the fuck Cuffham is, but I do know his name pops up a lot. You know, his resident token. You got Wack out here talking about it. And he ain't stopped yet. He kept saying she's horrible. Y'all don't want to say that she's horrible. Fuck her. This, that, and the third. Go harass 9-to-5 workers. Do this, do that. But now he ain't said nothing about it in 5 days. Come on, man.
So-called street dudes, rappers. Why? Because they want Adin to engage. I told Adin, you notice he hasn't been arrested. Adin, if you want to beat them, don't respond. Actually, Adin is, keep it real, he's filled out paper.
What other rappers? Doechii said what she had to say on the song. She never explicitly said his name. Glasses Malone came out, said what he needed to say. Yeah, he's a rapper, but he's not somebody who's, pushing his rap career as his primary thing. Glasses Malone has been around for a very long time. He drops music, he gets out the way. He streams, he gets out the way. You know what I mean? This is a person who drops a couple songs a year type shit. Like, he's not using Adin Ross to promote a record. Right? You want to say Jason Martin? Jason Martin is out here doing his own thing. He walked out a motherfucking AD stream, right? He felt like shit was getting a little weird. That nigga left. He said, I ain't got a clout chase for shit. I don't even got my own platform. At one point in time, Jason Martin had a podcast. He ended his own podcast presumably, because I guess he got tired of talking about all of this stuff and, you know, profiteering off of it and making it a focal point of what he does. So he joins on ADs every now and then. But to make it seem like there's some slew or some influx of rappers that are coming out attacking Adin Ross, I would love to know the list of rappers who just are capitalizing off of this for attention. Please list them.
Work to come donate to $100,000 to a lot of the black small businesses in the ghetto since then.
So he felt a way.
And let's be clear, how many businesses are you putting that $100K up to? You know what I'm saying? Let's be clear about that too, nigga. I got $100K to go to black businesses in the hood. Well, how many businesses got to split that $100K? Cause that shit gonna be gone quick, and that shit ain't really gonna do too much of nothing for them. Y'all know how expensive businesses is? Can't be no food spot. That money gonna be gone off 1 or 2 shipments. Can't be no clothing spot. Gonna be gone 1 or 2 shipments. You know what I'm saying? You support 5 black businesses with that 100, that's $20K a piece. $20K sound good. What's it really gonna do? Make that 10 businesses $10K a piece. Ain't gonna do a motherfucking thing. How many businesses are divvying this up? I know you ain't giving $100K a piece. But the cleanup crew gonna try to do something.
About it, like, yo, I gotta make this right, kind of.
No, that had nothing to do with it. That's just something we wanted to do. I believe Adin took whatever she said in her song, whatever it was. I think he took it like she was talking to him.
Right, because he's like the face.
You
Yeah.
get what I'm saying?
Okay.
And I think he responded. And you know, at some point, whatever it was, maybe she didn't like what he was saying, and she just happened to be signed to the right team.
How do you think about streamers, like, kind of piping in on a lot of stuff that, like, you know, maybe that's not even their culture, it's not even their...
If it's in the blogs, they can talk about it.
It's free game.
See, don't put it on the streamer. The street mother, why did you put it in the blogs?
Got it.
If he got a link, a streamer can talk about whatever he want to talk about. He don't have to be a gangbanger to read and listen and understand what's in front of him. He's giving his opinion. He's commentating.
Man, this 3 minute video, boy. This conversation wasn't even predicated on street shit. Glasses introduced the street element because clearly the internet shit wasn't working. He been checked about this shit. He been lost deals. He been warned about this shit. And he hears a couple bars on a song and says, oh, she's definitely talking about me. Fuck that black bitch. And now niggas want to come out. Again, don't be mad at me, nigga. And I'm talking to y'all in the chat. I'm talking to y'all in the comments. Don't be mad at me. I wanted to get past this shit, but y'all want to talk about this shit. Y'all want to prolong this conversation. So here we are. This is what the algorithm is feeding niggas right now. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody comes out and does something else notable in hip hop, this is what's going to continue to dominate the conversation. I don't like the shit, but this is what it is. This is where we at. This is where the ability to move on, move forward, onward and upward would be super useful. But unfortunately, that ain't where we at right now. And this is the exact reason why I call out the DJs that don't spin, the whack 100s, the cuff'ems, the other token niggas that are still standing beside homeboy. Because, and I was just at an event last night where an executive in the city who shoots for a lot of different shit, you know, he talked about how these corporations and these people, these suits and all of these different folks, they cash in on black culture, but they don't like to pay very well for it. You know what I'm saying? It may help the individual, but culturally it doesn't help. And that an individual gets shortchanged as well. They just can't see it, right? And that's what happens in these situations as well. Once again, yes, from my purview, these are deplorable people. But because they are black, because they have people that have been following them for a number of years, trust their word for whatever it is, they get to use a certain level of cultural currency to verify others. And if these people stamp it and they're willing to stay there, there's going to be a percentage of the population of people that say, well, he can't hate black people. He's with these guys. Look at what they're saying about him. Can't be real. Everybody else is tripping. And then the true conversations are never had. The true consequences are never enforced. And then we just come back 6 months to a year from now, and we're going to have the same conversation because he's going to do the same shit. May not be toward Doechii. It'll be towards somebody else. Maybe somebody that the people care about less. And it's going to be all over again, and it's going to be a softer blow. And eventually, he's going to go full MAGA. He's going to go full red pill, right wing. He's already there. But eventually, the black guys that are around him now, they won't be. And then what? But let me know what y'all think of all this down below in the comments. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If this video makes you want to unsubscribe, I totally understand and support your decision. I'm not in the business of holding anyone back, but I'll be here. I'll catch y'all a little bit later. Peace. Oh, and before I go, big shout out to motherfucking Punch. Shout out to Punch from TDE, man. Once again, like I said, I was at an event last night. And while I was at the event, shout out to Opinionated Truths. Punch was basically saying to him and the Room Full of Mirrors, if y'all are familiar with them, that's Daylight, that's Lyric, that's shit, I don't even know all the members of Room Full of Mirrors. I know Punch is a part of that as well. They got an album coming out. He was like, yo, I'm thinking of people to invite to listen to the album. Opinionated Truth said, yo, I wish you could hit up J Nolan. So I jumped in, introduced myself, because I figured, you know, Punch probably don't really know me like that. And I say, yo, you know, I'm J Nolan. I'm a content creator, rapper from ATL. And I gets busy. And I attached one of my videos rapping. And Punch hit me back and was like, I'm familiar. Salute. You know what I'm saying? So never knew I was on Punch's radar. But salute to Punch, salute to TDE. I'm still going to do what I do. Y'all know I don't come asking for no handouts. I put the work in. I've been doing the work. So we're going to keep going up. Just gives me even more inspiration and motivation to keep going hard. So for all that failed rapper shit some of y'all be trying to throw out there too, let me see you do it.
Yeah, family over fame in this bitch, yeah. The glory of living righteous is setting in. My street knowledge and education's a perfect blend. Young mogul, independent, I've been setting trends. The first one from my family to be faithfully wed. Fuck niggas and the horses that they riding on. I see this shit from all angles like a polygon. I'll never politic and the drama be piling on. Father and greats unacknowledged like I'm Bobby Bonds. Conversation with my lady about the paper route. 5 sit bank accounts every day I make it count. They down talking my commentary for hating now. Well, I can take it cause I'm bodying your favorite now, please. I can do this shit in my sleep. I been writing for these niggas, y'all read it and weep. I been fighting these niggas if you speak on the street. I'll turn your birthday party into New Year's Eve. Don't let me take it there. We ain't playing fair. This the ATL, Southside nigga moving furniture like Wayfair. Life on hold, no insurance for your healthcare. Lifeline gone, so you wanna be a millionaire? Well, let me tell you about this world I built. The women I dodged, the niggas that I ran for filth. The sympathy